Hello and welcome to this instalment of Talkin Trim. I'm Jonathan Skinner and today we're looking at the front seat cover kit for the Triumph TR5 and TR250 models. Now I've already done a video showcasing the seat cover kits that we offer for this, and I believe there's also a video of some TR5 seats that we fully trimmed up for a customer as well, so it's worth checking those out. They'll be in the description below. Also in that description will be some useful information about these particular parts, as well as where to inquire about them on our website, and also links to the blog handbook area, which is always a useful resource on our website. It really details how we go about making our kits, the technology we use, the processes we use on meticulous pattern making, which is what really sets us apart from our competition. We're known globally and have been for almost half a century now for making and supplying in quality made interior upholstery kits for these cars. When trying to select a supplier for your restoration project, it's really crucial to bear in mind that it's very hard to compare apples with apples in this industry when it comes to those sorts of things, because interior trim is not standardized in that regard. So best to do your research on it, and the sort of blog handbook area as well as this YouTube channel is really a good place to start with us, because we can really showcase the quality of our work, which not many people can do because they really don't offer the same. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, so sure to check that out. Anyway, let's dive on into this. So what I've got here is we've got two kits. We've got a black vinyl or ambler with white piping kit, which was generally speaking the OEM spec for the TR5s and TR250s. And then we've got a black full leather using black grain leather kit with white piping as well. We can also offer a middle ground option, which is leather faced, commonly referred to as leather within the industry, where the bits that touch your body would be leather, but the backs and the surrounds of the seats would still be vinyl. So just bear that in mind. But at this point, you are looking at basically one end of the scale to the other end of the scale. You've got the vinyl ambler at one end of the scale, and then you've got the full leather at the other end of the scale. Full leather meaning there is literally no vinyl elements to it. And the reason I wanted to showcase these is because the TR5s and TR250s were rather unique in the fact that they had this embossed pattern on the pleats for the vinyl ambler versions that left the factory. It was like a diamond with a sort of pin prick in the middle. Now the original ones were perforated right in the centre. These are not. They've just got an indent for where that pin prick would be. You can't physically offer the pin prick on the HF welding machine these days for literally technical reasons, and the fact that it shorts out the machine. So just bear that in mind. So they were on the cushions as per this here, and the backrest as per there. And it's also worth noting that they did not go all the way. So on the front of the cushion, this front part here did not have any embossing on it, and the very, very bottom part of the vinyl did not have embossing on it. Just to refer to Bill Piggott's book here, where you can see these said seats here. These are the TR5 seats here, as you can see. Let's see if I can get the focus in. But you can see there, well, you might not be able to because of the glare, but the front part does not have the embossing on it, nor does the bottom part. Very hard to actually see on this camera here. Yeah, I think you can just make it out there, but trust me, that's exactly as I am describing it. So that section there where it kind of lumps up wasn't embossed, nor was the very, very bottom part there. So yeah, that's how we supply our kits. Now, if any cars left the factory with any element of leather, i.e. a leather face set of seats, or possibly a full leather special order kit, the pleats would have gone to plain. Same principle on the TR6s. And that's how we standardly supply our leather faced or full leather kits. However, we can offer an embossed leather if you like. Now, it's by no means meant to match the original one. As you can see, the original one was a diamond, sort of very uniform shaped diamond, whereas the embossed leather is still a diamond shape, but it's a much smaller diamond. This is a very similar pattern that was used on other cars of this era. And so we do offer this as an upgrade if you'd like. Not all people want it. They want just the plain pleats, which would have been normal for leather seats of this era. But some people do like this element here, as it gives a nice nod to the originality. And you can see here, we've actually still stocked it at the same point on both the cushions and the backrests there. So you've got the play element down the bottom here, as per the vinyl ones there. So or we can offer all the way down if you prefer, and all the way forward if you prefer. But that's a nice thing to consider if you are going for leather-faced or full leather seats on your TR5 or TR250 model. So just bear that in mind. Apart from that, I won't go into too much more detail on these seats because there is another video that details them in much greater depth. But yeah, so you've got full vinyl, absolutely everything's vinyl, including the surrounds and the back elements here. Whereas full leather, everything's leather, leather retainers, leather surrounds, and the back section is leather here as well. So that's the sort of two ends of the scale. And like I said, we also offer a middle ground where it's leather faced, where basically this top part here would be leather, but this surround here would be vinyl, this retainer here would be vinyl, and then on the backrests, all of this horseshoe and pleated panel will be leather, this retainer will be vinyl, these top border here going around the sides and top will be vinyl, as with this back part here. It's also worth noting as well, with our TR5 TR250s, we pre-install and insert the horseshoe foam going around here. A lot of other suppliers out there do not. It's very tricky to get that foam back in there, so we do the hard work for you on that one. And it's also worth noting as well the unique design on the cushions, where you had this element of the scrim on the bottom which was sewn pleated in, which allows for this section here to do that sort of jump up that you see in the Bill Puckett book there. And my father's had a TR5 for pretty much longer than he's had me, actually. So I'm well versed in the TR5 and TR250 interior trims. It's also worth noting as well, we can now offer these seat cushion tension springs, as we refer to them. They are the springs that go through this loop retainer here, and they were used on quite a few Triumphs. They were used on the very last TR4 models. They were used on the TR4As or TR4 IRSs. They were used on the TR5s and TR250s, and they were used on the very first incarnation of the TR6s, the kind of 1969, 1970 versions of the seats. So just bear that in mind. It was something that we used to supply years ago. Then we stopped for whatever reason, and now we've started again as of a couple of months ago. And I don't believe anyone else in the industry does supply these. So if you do need them, please feel free to get in contact. Shout out to Bill over in the US, who was the gentleman that helped work us back into supplying these in the market. So thanks, Bill, much appreciated. But yeah, hope you found that video useful. Like I say, the main overall thing that you should take from it is, if you're going for leather faced or full leather, then we can offer as a bespoke optional extra this embossed pattern here, which is there to give a nod to the original embossed pattern there. It is a bespoke option, so do contact us directly about that. Obviously, just make your initial inquiry via our website and we can discuss the ins and outs of what exactly you want once the first initial contact has been made. Thanks for tuning in. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share with other classic car enthusiasts out there, and I'll see you next time.